When we seek to understand the profound concept of faith, there is one verse that stands out as a cornerstone. This verse, found in the book of Hebrews, provides a foundational definition. It is Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. This single statement offers a remarkably profound definition of what faith truly is. It is concise, yet it encapsulates the very essence of this vital spiritual principle. The verse states, "Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see." This definition immediately highlights the active and transformative nature of faith. It tells us that faith is far more than just a passive belief or a simple intellectual assent. Faith is presented here as a dynamic force. It is a force that actively shapes our lives and influences our perspective. It is the very thing that connects us to the unseen realm of God's reality. The first part of the definition given in Hebrews 11 verse 1 speaks directly to the future. It addresses our hopes, our aspirations, and the promises of God that lie ahead. Faith allows us to envision God's promises with clarity and conviction. It enables us to embrace these promises fully, even when they have not yet been realized in our present circumstances. Faith provides a steadfast assurance regarding the things we long for. This assurance applies to the dreams we hold dear in our hearts. It also applies to the ultimate fulfillment of God's grand plan for history and for our lives. This deep-seated hope is what fuels our perseverance through difficult times. It is this confidence in what we hope for that enables us to navigate challenges and setbacks. We can face adversity with an unwavering optimism that is rooted not in circumstances, but in the certainty of God's faithfulness. This component of faith anchors us firmly in the future God has promised. The second part of the verse delves into the realm of the invisible. It speaks to the things that are beyond our immediate sensory experience. Faith is the powerful assurance about what we do not see with our physical eyes. It is the conviction that God exists even though we cannot see Him. It is the conviction that God's character is true and unchanging. It is also the conviction that God's promises are absolutely reliable, even when we cannot physically perceive the means by which they will be fulfilled. This trust in the unseen is absolutely crucial for genuine spiritual growth. Trusting in the unseen is also essential for developing a deeper, more intimate relationship with God Himself. It allows us to move beyond the limitations of the physical world that surrounds us. It enables us to embrace a reality that transcends our current understanding and perception. Following this foundational definition, the chapter proceeds to provide powerful illustrations of faith in action. It presents a gallery of individuals who lived their lives by this very principle of faith. Examples are given, starting with Abel's offering, which was accepted by God because it was offered in faith. We see Noah's obedience in building the ark, a monumental task based solely on God's unseen warning about a flood. Abraham's faith is highlighted, particularly his willingness to sacrifice his son Isaac, trusting that God could even raise him from the dead. Moses' faith is shown in his choice to identify with God's oppressed people rather than enjoy the temporary pleasures of Egypt. These figures and many others mentioned in the chapter demonstrate the practical application of faith in real-life situations. They acted on their belief in God and His promises. They trusted God's word and character, even when faced with seemingly impossible circumstances or daunting challenges. Their lives serve as a powerful testament to faith's incredible power. Their stories show that faith has the power to overcome adversity of all kinds. It has the power to achieve what seems humanly impossible. Ultimately, the chapter emphasizes that living by this kind of faith is what truly pleases God. These examples inspire us to live lives marked by similar trust and obedience. The implications of Hebrews 11:1 for our lives today are far-reaching and transformative. This definition encourages us to cultivate a vibrant, active faith in our daily walk. It calls us to actively trust in God's promises, not just intellectually, but with our whole being. It encourages us to live with an assurance that transcends our present circumstances, no matter how difficult they may seem. Faith, as defined here and illustrated throughout the chapter, is not a passive acceptance of facts. It is a dynamic force that actively shapes our actions and decisions. It is the engine that fuels our hope for the future God has planned. It is the vital connection that links us to the unseen realities of God's eternal kingdom. Embracing this biblical definition of faith unlocks its transformative power in our lives. It enables us to live lives that are pleasing to God, marked by trust and obedience. It also empowers us to live lives that are impactful in the world, demonstrating the reality of the unseen God through our visible actions. This is the power and potential of living by faith.